Still plagiarism. Bunch of dumbasses talking. I want to drive a short bus and pick all you asses. Fuck that bullwinkle bullshit.
How'd your little golf outing go?
It went pretty well.
Did you place?
Well, yeah, I placed.
Well, right, but what place?
4th.
That's not placing, right?
30.
Yeah, that's not. But that's not placing, right, Mike? I mean, isn't it top
I placed
3?
4th.
Yeah, you placed 4th.
Yeah.
What'd you get for that?
Nothing. It was a flex start, really small tourney, but I mean, I finished under, so that was great.
And where was this?
Oskaloosa.
Oskaloosa. For some reason, I can't even think of where that's at.
So we hit Washington on the way down as a warm-up course. So Washington's about halfway down south. Oskaloosa's about an hour 45 south of here. Like we'll go through Columbus Junction, take 92 all the way down. So it was quite a drive, about, I don't know, 3.5 hours round trip driving. Played 3 courses and then had to work the morning of still. And when I got back, I
don't
beat.
know about work, but
jeez,
barely.
This dog hunts.
Jesus Christ!
Let the big dog eat.
He doesn't.
No, it was a good time. Definitely got my steps in. My piggies were screaming at the end of the day.
Yeah, where's my $50? Those piggies didn't do enough stepping to get down to 175 pounds. I know that. Not even close.
I came. What do you mean not even close?
Not even close. That's what I said. Not even close. When you started, you weighed 190-ish pounds. You finished at 184 or 186, actually.
You
lost
that's
4
skewed
pounds.
because if I legitimately weigh in, would have been.
What do you mean legitimately weigh in?
Take my shit off. Get down to my skivvies. Which if I was,
you wear almost no clothes.
If I was that close, I would have definitely stripped down to my skivvies and done it.
What if you weighed in right now?
Huh?
You could weigh in right now and you still don't weigh 175 pounds.
No, I was saying if I knew I was like within like a pound or two, definitely just shed everything off.
Well, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how the fighters do it.
Yeah, because they need every ounce off of them. Because, they are trying to split hairs between a pound. Where you didn't even get close.
I mean, yeah, I lost a bet, but I did have lost a decent amount of weight since the beginning of the year.
Well, I guess. I don't feel like any of it was because of good health decisions that you've made, though.
No, I'm saying as far as just straight numbers.
Just like,
it's come off.
Yeah, it's come off, but I mean...
I think in January, probably...
super non-healthy
206, 205 on, whatever day it is. Right now, probably a safe 185.
Yeah.
So it's probably a solid 20 pounds.
A solid 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Solid 20 pounds.
All I've had to do was alter my diet.
But the worst part is that what you don't realize is that what you're really losing more than anything is of your like skeletal and molecule. Yeah, musculature like system. You know what I mean? Like you're not really losing fat because everything that you're doing is still putting that same amount of fat into your system. But what you don't do is you don't give yourself the proper protein or anything else, so your muscles just shrink.
I'm just going to go to a plant-based protein.
You look like Austin.
That'll solve everything.
Austin with like a baggy shirt on.
Mark Wahlberg does plant-based protein, so...
Jesus
And he's
Christ.
52 and all natty.
Yeah.
Is he all natty? Whatever.
There's
He's
not
all
a
natty.
fucking chance that guy's not on something.
He's all about intermittent fasting.
Yeah. I'm sure he
He'll go
intermittent
3
fasts.
days without eating.
That's not what intermittent fasting is.
No, but
so.
he said he's upped it to 3 days of no eating and then 18 hours of no eating, and then he's got to fit 3 meals into 6 hours. plant-based protein.
Sure.
Take something
Yeah.
so you don't lose it.
It helps with recovery.
That's what bodybuilders do.
Yeah.
What's the benefit of a plant-based protein compared to other proteins?
You can sleep better at night knowing that a little defenseless, animal didn't, I guess, die. Even though if you don't count the countless animals that die in the process of a field.
Like mice.
Oh, I mean, that's just a start. Sure. That field, most likely, unless it has always been there, was probably destroyed, like land that was destroyed. Shrubs, trees, ground that had to be scraped for the field, right? So in that process, all the insects, all the ground-dwelling animals, birds, mice, all
Well, that's why
of the
some people
rodents.
kind of make fun of veganism because, you think you're saving animals,
God.
but the amount that you're unaware of that had to die to create this stuff.
One animal dies for your burger. Like just for that burger that's in front of you because the amount of meat comes from one animal that you would have to kill. So theoretically, the one thing sitting in front of you took one animal to kill. One animal lost
And you're
its
actually
life for the meal in
eating
front of
that
you.
animal.
Correct. On the other hand,
These other ones just
on
getting
an ear
laid
of
to
corn,
waste.
when you eat an ear of corn, you have to go, well, I don't even know how many of them died. I don't know.
You're not even eating it.
No, because we live in Iowa. We've got farmer friends. I've got farmer friends. I grew up and went to L&M. So they run over deer with their combine. Mm-hmm. I mean, so you're like, oh, I'm so sad about this cow that died for this burger. I'm going to eat some corn instead. Well, little did you know, he killed an entire herd of deer while he was getting that goddamn corn. He just chewed him up
You
straight
got a
into the combine.
fawn laying down out in
Yeah.
the field, trying not to move to not get
Yeah,
eaten,
and they just
and it
get
just
run
goes,
over, right? And they don't even notice it. So it's fucking, it's brutal, but it's a conversation that they have no understanding of. Come live in Iowa for 20 years, and you'll understand that you might as well just eat the burger,
It makes them feel better, though.
or, and just like in most sense, hunt or get deer. Because then just in that instance, when I put the hamburger into the pan, I know only one animal died for this meal. And several meals after this, only one animal did. Rather than, for an entire field of corn, it would be countless. You wouldn't even be able to count the amount of life lost for that one ear of corn.
That deer died by my hand.
Barely.
Once I hit that clip,
How'd that go?
That life was mine.
How'd that hand raise go? I know the listeners can't, but I want to see it again.
It's accurate.
Nice and weak like that.
Yeah, you want your hand relaxed. You don't even want to know that the trigger went off.
Ooh.
You're going to be surprised by it. Keep it all natural. All natty, baby.
So, what else did you do then? That was it?
Yeah, I went home and ate a big protein-based dinner. They were the barbecue chicken appetizers from Tyson's. But that's all I had. I just had the chicken.
So you just put a bunch of like barbecue chicken strips in the oven?
Yeah.
Nice.
And ate damn near all of them.
You got a good diet.
It's protein-based.
It's protein. God, it's chicken. I love chicken.
It's chicken. I had a little Hidden Valley on the side just to...
Oh, well, that's good. You had to wash it down with?
Yeah, after a couple, the sauce on them gets kind of old. So a little Hidden Valley is good. The other night for dinner, I just had a bowl of baby carrots and some Hidden Valley. So
A whole bottle.
no, I like the natural taste of just baby carrots because they're kind of sweet. So it was a low calorie dinner.
Sure.
What? How many calories are in a baby carrot?
Well, it's
Depend-
not bad. It's
I'm saying, but to counteract the dressing,
How many do you eat? How much dressing do you stuff?
fuck, I
down?
almost ate the whole bag of baby carrots.
Well, see, we're starting to get somewhere.
half a bottle of ranch.
No,
Add up.
Man, your
I just
shit
do-
today is gonna be gnar, dude. an entire bag of baby carrots.
I'm going to see really well at night later, so.
You're hunting your prey.
Yeah. I tell the deer don't even know I'm there because they eat so many fucking carrots.
Yeah. So, did you finally get a reaction to said dick pic from that we were talking about last week? Because you said you still hadn't found out if it was a good or bad decision yet.
Oh, I don't know. It's probably bad because that kind of fizzled out real quick. So
bad that
I don't know
it
if
must
it's
not have
bad,
been an
but-
impressive picture.
I don't know.
Well, what's going on?
With the dick pic,
I don't know. What's that? Yeah, come on.
I don't have any information. Like
It just fizzled out. That's
Yep.
all we get. Is
just
it just
fizzled out.
Baby carrot.
Baby
yeah,
carrots.
baby carrot.
Yeah. I'm just really focused on my health right now.
Yeah. Holy shit. God. That sounds like someone from what I was going to talk about next. You sound like someone from the Heaven's Gate cult. Like a week before. Like a week before. I'm just really focused on my health right now. I'm trying to get on Hail Bop. You know what I'm saying?
Who the hell is the Heaven's Gate cult?
I didn't figure that you would know. Do you remember? You don't remember? Well, it's from when me and you were, I mean, not really. I mean, they killed themselves in 1997. That was the cult that was like, we're gonna jump onto this comet. If we kill ourselves, we can jump on this comet and then we can transport ourselves to heaven.
So you remember it when it happened?
I remember it being on the news and stuff. Yeah.
Well, I was only 5, so.
Right. I mean,
13.
I was going to say, I mean, he was old enough. That's for sure.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, for real. It was pretty wild.
Yeah,
You guys,
fun as a follower, but you make more money as a leader.
Yeah.
they had 39 people kill themselves.
They drank something?
I believe it was a bunch of religious, like, ritual things. I'm not 100% sure.
So maybe they are on that comet right now.
I mean, they could be. I think that the reason why they changed it to the like we're gonna kill ourselves now was because one of their leaders died of cancer. They started this thing in the 70s. It got into the 80s, and then she got cancer and died. Well, so then I think what ended up happening was the guy was like, fuck, how do I explain that? Shit, I thought we were, we had this plan. This doesn't go with the plan. So well, then he had to say, well, you can shed your mortal body. That's not a big deal. As long as you're on this comet, you're good to go. So then when the comet come back around, they were like, we got to get on there. And the only way to get on there is...
I mean, we could all just be a dream in a space turtle's head right now, so...
So I definitely could see Cory be a leader of a cult, and I could definitely see you be a follower.
Yeah, he's a follower. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you said that.
I'd make things way more difficult than they had to be. Like, why? I don't want to do that today. Can we do that tomorrow?
What could you contribute to cult society? There, Skeeter. Hunter-gatherer.
Forager.
Forager.
Here's some. I'll give you a list of some oddballs. You let me and Mike know which one of these kind of sticks with something that you feel like you might
Contribute?
Yeah, that you feel like, man, I could really get into that. Yeah. Okay. And forgive me if I pronounce these wrong because it gets pretty wild. The Church of Subgenius.
It's a cult.
So it's like a church of
Yes.
smart people?
This
smart
parody religion suggests that Earth was created by extraterrestrial deities called the Elder Gods of Cthulhu mythos, and that humans are descended
Cthulhu.
from a race of alien yetis.
Jesus.
Isn't Cthulhu from the Coon? Yeah.
yeah, it is.
It's also a Metallica song.
Cause-
Call of Cthulhu. It's an instrumental. Ride the Lightning Track 8.
No, that sounds kind of stupid. I don't think I'd do that.
Okay. Well, this one was started. Yeah, too much. Well, then you're not gonna like this one.
You gotta water it down.
Yeah. There's this guy George King. He started the Aetherius Society. This religion believes that Earth is a holy planet. That the founder George King was contacted by extraterrestrial beings who bestowed upon him the title of Primary Terrestrial Mental Channel.
Why does it sound like Mormonism?
Well, I think they all start to sound pretty wild. That's the crazy thing is that, like, as I was going through some of these even, you'll start to see that it's always the same thing. But for some reason, no one believes these guys anymore. And you can believe what you want, but we believe the story of Jesus, right? And his story was that he spoke to God. God told him, this is what you're supposed to do, these lists and stuff, And everybody was like, yeah, we get on board with that one. But all these other ones were like, nah, that guy's a liar.
Yeah,
though.
but like Mormonism just came about in the last 100 years when he found some gold plates. And we're like, well can I see him? Like, no.
So God stopped talking to people?
He talks to me every day.
Yeah, does he?
He's inside of me.
I found this.
Good Lord going down.
I found this one out, and I don't know if it's 100% like accurate, I guess, because it says the Nation of Islam. So I don't understand if that means like the whole Islamic faith. Doesn't really sound like it. It probably is like a sub.
To be honest, all religion is cult.
Right. But this one in particular, it says the Nation of Islam. So I don't know if that's like a subgroup of Islamic followers that call themselves the Nation of Islam. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's Islam in like just a general sense. But it said this movement's origin story involves the belief that a scientist named Yaqub created the white race through a process of selective breeding on an island called Patmos, resulting in the devilish nature of white people. Ain't that wild?
Just sounds like a lot.
Is that one you could get behind?
No, I need something where it's like, that doesn't sound exactly right, but maybe I'm wrong.
Okay.
I'm like, I have to go to a meeting or two to figure out if it's fine. So
okay, how about this then? I feel like maybe this one, because this has only got 3 for you, right? This is called the Process Church of the Final Judgment. And in this religion's origin story involves the belief that Jesus, Satan, and Jehovah are all equal and that humanity must reconcile these opposing forces to achieve spiritual evolution.
that one's closer where it's like, well,
As long as you're nice to everybody, who cares?
that's what it sounds like. Like, just everyone come together and we can all go to the same spot. All right, go. I mean, that one's a little more feasible to me.
Then you don't have to go to church. You don't have to.
Did you say feasible or feasible? This is like the theses, feces thing.
Feasible. Yeah. Feasible.
This one is called Raleighism, I believe, is how to pronounce this. And this story is that Earth was created by advanced extraterrestrial beings called Elohim, who visited Earth in flying saucers and genetically engineered us. How do you feel about that one?
I don't know. Sounds like a lot too. I just, as far as like the creation of the Earth itself, I think that's more like sciencey. I don't think it was like a bunch of magic had to happen.
Well, then you'll like this last one. This is the last one that I'll give you. Pastafarianism. Can you guess? Just give me a guess at what you even would think that would be.
Well, initially I was thinking about pasta, and then
now you're on track.
And then it was Rastafari. So combination of noodles and Jamaica.
I think whoever maybe was eating pasta and smoking a lot of weed when they thought of this. According to the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, it involves an invisible flying spaghetti monster creating the universe after a heavy night of drinking.
That sounds about right for you.
Is that still a real thing?
I mean, I mean, it came up when I'm looking for it.
Sounds like cloudy with a chance.
I think it at one point. See, a lot of these, I think they start as like satirical, and then they get like a bunch of Skylars that like they drink really heavy one night, have some really good spaghetti, and they're like, I can get behind this.
Yeah, I mean, I had a really good Subway sandwich the other day. I'm like, this thing could fucking do work. I guarantee that.
So, I mean, but you'd be willing to pray to Subway then?
Yeah.
Subway-farianism?
Yeah. It's all about manifesting.
Yeah?
Yeah, just got to put it out there. Put it on your vision board and just hope it works.
What's your go-to sandwich then for the Subway?
Ooh, it's really plain. And I get the same thing every time.
That's not surprising you're eating at Subway.
But I don't add a lot of shit. So it's always chicken teriyaki on Italian, pepper jack cheese toasted, lettuce, just a few pickles, mayo, chipotle, and sweet onion.
Sounds like a lot.
Yeah,
I like it saucy.
Okay, but that sounds like a lot.
Yeah. You're like it's
Yeah,
super,
but I don't.
You're like it's super simple.
Let me give you my Subway.
Yeah.
Turkey, double meat on wheat with tomato and mayo. That's it.
You see how long that took?
Yeah,
Just a
but
couple
when I
seconds.
go, it's always can I get spinach, onion, tomato, peppers, vinaigrette, black pepper. I mean, they get the whole salad bar.
Yeah.
Me, I just get salad, pickles, 3 sauces.
I got this the last time I was there. I got this buffalo chicken Steph Curry sandwich thing. I think it was Steph Curry.
Was it good?
Yeah,
I mean,
tasted exactly like a hot wing on bread.
sometimes if I'm feeling risky, I'll try the tuna, but I'm always let down
It's not even really tuna.
Why risky?
because I don't like to derive from what I know works. But sometimes I really get in the mood for like a tuna sandwich.
Did you see the study on that?
I don't
Either
care.
one of you? It was even here recently.
Well, it's not fish.
There's not anything.
It's just
They ran a test. They can't tell anybody what it is. They're like, we have not a fucking clue what this
It
thing is at
resembles-
all.
a tuna sandwich. So
Subway's like, swear to God, it's tuna, and it's like, no, it's not tuna. It's 100% not tuna.
So it's what Subway uses?
As their tuna,
Okay.
yes,
I
is
thought you meant all.
100% not tuna. And as far as this one study, not 100% sure even what it is at all.
I wonder if that's true for most fast food meats.
Maybe.
Because wasn't that the big thing a while ago with Taco Bell?
Taco Bell's another one that like their ground beef is only like 12% beef, but it's probably because I cook tacos a lot, and I've noticed suspiciously that if you mix chorizo, just pork chorizo, into hamburger, it suspiciously turns into the consistency of Taco Bell taco meat. It's really weird. Like you have to cook them together. You put them right in the same pan, cook them exactly at the same time, chop them up, and as that chorizo starts to cook down, it just the consistency completely changes, and I've got a good feeling that it's probably entrails. But it's good for you. It really is. I mean, it's not bad for you.
Taco Bell's good for you?
Taco Bell is not good for you. I meant,
All right, I'm convinced.
like if you ate it's not, they're not, I wouldn't, probably not high on the list of things that are like super great for you, but I mean, eating any part of the animal is fine.
That's why the Liver King is so jacked.
Yeah. It's exactly why the Liver King is jacked, because of liver.
Liver, testicles,
That's
entrails.
Yep. And that's it.
You know he got outed, right?
He had to say that because he was too big. Because nobody wants to eat the shit. It's like, no, we're going to debunk it.
He just wants to ride or die with him.
Go back to like episode 4 where you were giving me shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you, just a matter of time. It'll come out
Yep.
later. Boom.
He had to. He was living too well. No one wanted to try the shit he was promoting. So he was like,
I think all kinds of people tried.
and so he had to get publicity by saying, all right, I'm taking steroids. And
A lot of these things got
That
us.
would increase his business.
any
Yeah.
publicity is good publicity.
A lot of these things on
It
social
keeps them
media.
trending.
You guys got to start, or not you guys, but like these social media people really got to start like being careful because what was it like just a year? I think either at the beginning of this year or the end of last year, the SEC sued or filed charges against like 4 or 5, I want to say it was less than 10 people on Twitter that were like bunny ears, financial, like giving people hints at like what stocks they thought would go. And they were just really, they had already bought that stock. And all they wanted was everybody else to buy it because then the price will go up and then they sell their mass amount and the price fucking goes down and everybody sat there like holding this bag of fucking stocks like, hey, what the hell?
So Bitcoin.
I
Yeah,
thought
things like that. I
I
mean,
thought he was talking about the other SEC,
The conference.
yeah.
Southeastern Conference.
Yeah, but no, they just filed a criminal lawsuit worth $100 million against these people, and for doing stuff like that. Well, I mean that same thing goes and should be equally as illegal for these influencers to not tell you on their video that they were paid to promote this thing that they're doing. You know what I mean? That what they're doing is promoting a product and that product is not going to make you look like the person that is telling you to buy it. So, I mean, because the guy that, I mean, especially in this conversation, the Liver King made hundreds of millions of dollars off of supplements that people bought because they thought they would look like him afterwards, not understanding that dude was probably on as many things that you could take without dying.
Go to the More Plates, More Dates on YouTube, and he'll
Yeah.
give you the full blown rundown of the emails that.
And I'm pretty sure the email was even like to the doctor was like I want to be on anything that I possibly can.
It's dosages. It's what he took. It's the whole.
Yeah.
that was a
a
different Liver
lot.
King.
Yeah, different guy.
No,
Yeah.
That
was Brian Johnson. Isn't that his name, Brian Johnson? I thought
No, that's the lead singer of AC/DC.
the Liver King also has a real name.
But no, that's the problem. And then that's the same, not just for workout supplements, but anything. Anything that, doesn't work.
I don't know if anybody heard that.
Also, I'm saying that
He needs a
this has
microphone.
always been an issue. Like,
Yes, it's always an issue, but it's been heightened.
but now that the internet exists and there's
It's everywhere.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's easier
Influencers.
because all they have to do is just jump on and tell. You got to think if they've got.
Well, because before it was just a commercial or somebody's face on a bottle.
Well, if they've got 100 million followers, if even a fraction of those followers buy whatever that product is, whoever is selling that product is rich. Because, I mean, what do you think? I mean, what's a decent fraction of 100 million people to you? You know what I mean? Like a million? A million is 1 out of 100. 1 out of 100. 1%. 1 million people out of 100 million people, that's 1%. If 1% of your followers buy the product, that product costs $15, that's $15 million in sales like that.
I'm going to take Exogen so I look like the Big Hurt.
There you go.
So, I mean, it's the same as Mark Wahlberg and any of those
But
things.
that's the same thing. Like that GNC, like testosterone.
Science. Take science.
The testosterone-
Energy drink.
The testosterone boosters don't work. They don't spike enough testosterone.
You want to know what works?
And that's GNC. That's what you see on TV.
Yeah.
That shit doesn't work.
Corey worked at GNC,
Testosterone boosters.
And I can
are
tell
one
you,
of
and
the
he
worst
peddled that
supplements
shit.
to buy.
I can tell you right now, the worst part is that the number one thing that I remember selling here in Muscatine, where GNC made most of their money, and this is really sad, inositol powder.
The fuck is that?
It's a white, powdery substance, very, very close to the consistency of cocaine.
Cocaine?
Yeah. And it has it doesn't do anything to you. You know what I mean? Because it's a supplement. It's sold at GNC, so human beings can take it without any adverse effects at all. If for not cheap, but cheap comparative to the amount that you would be mixing.
What is it, like a pre-workout or what?
I honestly, I don't know. You'd have to look it up. I can't remember what exactly its use was for.
Do you drink it or do you snort it?
But it got to the point where it was getting stolen, so we had to keep it behind the counter. You had to ask for it. Which was still awkward because you knew the guys that were coming up and asking for it were drug dealers, and you were like, wow, this is kind of weird. Yeah, here.
Oh, so they're trying to mix it with cocaine.
Well, right. Yes.
Huh.
That's exactly what they're doing with it.
At
least it's a safer option than fentanyl. They're giving you supplement. I say, let them do it.
Well, you said
You'd
it's
hope
the same.
that it would be cut with inositol powder now.
Yeah. That's why you stick to good old regular pre-workouts, right, Mike?
Yeah, I take a pre-workout.
This shit get you fucking jacked as fuck.
That's a pre-workout. This is a pre-workout.
Yeah, but didn't you say you take enough
Super
caffeine that would make
pre-workout,
most
dude.
people kind of lose their shit?
See?
Yes, because it takes.
This has got milk thistle in it, Mike.
I've been doing it for so long that my tolerance, like your alcohol, is very high.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go and drink 24 fucking beers because I will die of alcohol poisoning. You're not
Have you
going to
ever-
take a scoop of what I take because you'll have a fucking heart attack.
You think one scoop would do that?
For you, probably.
Make you go-
Usually, they always warn that make sure you take small doses because you'll get itchy, you'll have heart palpitations, you'll think you're... Yeah. Everybody's tolerance is different, and obviously, like any drug, the more you take it, the higher the tolerance.
And you only do one scoop?
I've always done one scoop.
Imagine if you did two.
No, people literally...
Yeah. You think the tiger's out of the cage now? Boy, that tiger...
Tiger be dead.
No, tiger wouldn't be dead. There'd be a lot of other dead things around the tiger. The tiger would be looking tired. He'd be like... covered in blood. I don't know what happened.
Still swiping away.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on.
Bring some in, I'll try it.
Just go buy
Dude,
it. to
go
Walmart. Get-
Every first
Just
time
go
is a
jog around
free
the block.
sample.
God.
Just go.
Around the block?
Yeah.
Where? Why?
That'll get your heart going.
Go to Walmart. Take whatever's there at Walmart. That'll get your blood pumping.
Is that where you get it?
Oh, you know what we should do? You know what we should do? We should get smelling salts and we all smell them. Yeah.
Why?
Because I will light your ass up.
Yeah. And we'll do it right here.
Wait, you'll what?
We'll do it live on the podcast.
There's different forms. There's the stuff you can crack it.
Uh-huh.
You can,
I want the jar. Yeah, I want the jar that, and we will open it.
it'll burn.
Yeah, we will open it for the first time right here because it gets less and less potent the longer the container is open. So we'll open it, we'll pop it right here, and then
I've done it a few times before deadlifting.
I was say that mostly it's right before something very strenuous.
And yeah, it's...
Maybe you could start doing smelling salts before like your fucking golf outings.
It would be fucking hilarious.
Right before, dude, like, could you picture him right before he throws his like first disc? He fucking just pops his smelling salts out and like smells it. He's just like, "Rah!" And then just fucking throws the fucking disc.
Probably throw it a good country mile.
Yeah.
Throw it over those mountains.
You've never seen that though?
What?
The smelling salts?
Yeah, I saw it on Bad Friends. Bobby and Andrew,
Oh,
they all
okay.
did it.
That shit, yeah, I don't like it.
It's not really expensive. I'll order it.
I feel like it'd make you mad.
It doesn't make you mad. It's, yeah. Well, yes, kind of does. But
It makes you mad at yourself
but not enough to go start swinging at people.
I kind of see Mike just popping one and reach across the table.
That's
Well, just swing that direction, will you?
I don't know. Your tiger's been kind of questionable lately.
We'll see how the next week goes.
I'm just a little field mouse out there trying to just survive, and
Yep.
it's a big old fucking cat walking around. So
It's true.
Well, what else you got?
What else do you got? I mean, you ain't got a story for us? I mean, that's what everybody shows up for, apparently.
Sure as shit is.
I guess. God,
It's been a pretty mundane week.
your nipples are huge.
They're
They're
not
just
huge, they're
poking
just
right
pointed.
through your fucking shirt.
Doesn't mean they're huge. They're just always
Good
erect.
God. Why?
I don't know. Especially when I sneeze, they get hard. I don't know if that's the same case for everybody.
No. No.
I like now how you're treading water with that.
What's
You
that?
aren't just making a bold statement.
Yeah.
My nipples get hard like everybody else's when they sneeze.
Yep.
At least you're not doing that.
What?
Just said.
Oh. Whatever that
He's
was.
barely listening.
It's because I haven't had breakfast yet. Like Corey's,
Why didn't you buy it?
I buy pizza.
You buy the food before the
Pizza.
podcast. No, you buy the food before the podcast. That's your contribution.
We're showing
to
up
this.
to a place that has a kitchen
You're right. It does.
and a quote unquote cook.
True.
Go whip us up some breakfast
Yeah,
Sammys.
he's punched in as host of a podcast right now.
Go have your dad do it.
He's punched in as a construction worker right now.
Is your mom over there?
I don't know. I haven't seen her.
Get her in the kitchen.
No.
No?
No.
We'll talk about it later.
No, we don't. No. She's good with desserts and other certain things.
Who makes a better cheesecake, you or her?
Me.
She didn't teach you how to make this cheesecake?
No. My mom's never made a lot. I mean, the only cheesecakes that I ever really had as a kid that weren't from a restaurant were always like the no-bake cheesecakes in an already graham cracker crust, that you bought from the store and that someone just popped in the fridge. It's never been like the cheesecake that I make. Not a chance.
I was craving Long John Silver's something fierce yesterday.
Yeah, it's a real disappointment that there's no good place to get fish here in Muscatine. I really enjoy fish, and it's...
I mean, everything there is good. Sorry, I'm still
God, are you all right?
choked up over it.
Did a bunch of swallowing.
Yeah, he must have got a bunch stuck in there. Holy shit. God, I think he's going to die, people.
Another Adventureland, successful Adventureland trip.
It was Six Flags, you dumbass.
Oh yeah, 6 Flags. Sorry.
If you're going to insult me, do it right. No, I could have eaten like a whole family platter of Long John Silver's yesterday.
Yeah.
And they have the best corn on the cob. Comes in a little baggie with the butter in it.
Long John Silver's was always one of my favorite places to go.
People dog on it because they think it's gross, but
I don't understand why. I mean,
It's not good for you, but it tastes good.
yeah, I mean,
I thought you
compared
didn't
to
eat
what?
fish.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you eat fish.
You know what I mean? Like when people are like it's not fucking good for you. Like in comparison to I guess what other restaurant?
Well, it's
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like what
yeah.
the fuck are we talking about?
That's usually always the knock. Is that it's like a Sonic. Like
Yeah.
don't go to Sonic because it's the absolute worst for you, fast food wise.
Do you love Sonic?
I've never had it.
Right. But okay, so yeah,
But I have the same argument. It's
Yeah.
like, well, I'm eating fast food anyway, so regardless if it's healthy or not, it doesn't matter. So that's the way I look at it.
But it's still
getting stabbed in the head is a really bad way to get stabbed. Like, yeah, getting stabbed is really bad. So we don't need to debate on where the stabbing occurs because it's all bad, right?
But I mean, besides the batter on it, it's still fish.
That's the best part.
That's the best part.
But I'm saying, as far as like what's bad for you,
is the
it's-
oil,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
love
it's still white fish, which is
right?
fine.
Which is good for you. I mean,
Yeah.
shrimp is good for you.
Their chicken was good.
The chicken, I mean, chicken. I love chicken.
And then besides pounding down like 15 hush puppies, I mean that's probably not great, but
Fast on those.
Oh, those were
What?
the best thing in the world. Yeah, the hush puppies were the bee's knees.
The shrimp, the fish, the
It
chicken,
was a real issue.
fries. I love the crunchy batter that's left over that falls off. It's
Do you use tartar sauce?
Don't need any.
I use.
The breading's so good you don't need any.
Yeah, no, I agree that Long John Silver's breading that they have, I don't know how the fuck it is because I've tried several times to get close to that and I just can't do it. I don't know how the fuck they make it.
No one's replicated.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck they make
That's
it.
why I don't know how they're going out of business.
Wonder, and this is just me because I do a lot of it in the kitchen. I almost wonder if it's a semi pancake.
You know what?
Because it has almost a sweet, flavor to it in the end. It really does. I wonder if it's a really thin, like Belgian waffle, like base that they liquefy way down or something. I don't know.
So I would always,
Yeah.
I would always pull all the.
Keep going.
I would always pull all the white fish out, eat that plain, and then I would like dip my breading in the tartar sauce and eat it.
Jesus Christ. I
What?
think there's a future you about to ride past the front. Nope. Other shoulder. Yep. There he goes. Hey, Sklyar.
He looks pretty old, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
Plus, I like to ring the bell when I walk out the door to let him know he did a good job.
Do they still have one around here?
Davenport, I think.
Still one there?
Yeah, I think it's a Long John A&W.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I think most of the Long John Silvers at this point are split restaurants with, I think, mostly A&Ws from what I've seen.
Which I saw
They're probably owned by the same parent company.
I saw an
Both
A&W yesterday.
A&W is a great restaurant, but for some reason no one goes to. I don't get it.
Yeah, I drove. Washington had one yesterday, and I about stopped.
Long John's?
No, A&W. Which again, I don't know why those are going out.
It's one of those old school restaurants.
Yeah. I think because the stuff that it's kind of like, I put it in the same boat as like Culver's or a Maid-Rite. Yeah. You've got to spend a few extra dollars to eat it. You know what I mean? And it's not necessarily fast either.
True.
If you're going to Culver's, you've made the commitment that they're putting your patty on when you order your burger. So use your brain. That's how long it's going to take to make your food. Because that's what you're going there for. Same as Maid-Rite. You know what I mean? You're going there because the preparation took a lot longer. You had to slow cook beef. You know, if it's a cheese right, mix it in with the cheese. Here in Muscatine is, I think, literally the only location left in the entire nation that still uses the keg for the root beer.
It's good root beer.
It's the best root beer.
There's an A&W in town.
No,
Maid-Rite.
Maid-Rite. Oh. Our Maid-Rite has an original Maid-Rite keg, wooden keg, that they still use to this day, and they put the root beer in.
Do you like root beer?
So it's inside. You have to think inside that barrel. Since Maid-Rite was a thing, and I think that's a like 1930s restaurant. You know what I mean? Like for a long time here in the Midwest.
I know Tom talks about it, so it has to be super old.
Yeah, for real.
I remember when it was a quarter for a sandwich.
But it's kind of like those old whiskey barrels. So this barrel has had root beer in it consistently for almost 100 years. As wild as that is. But it's good. It's good as fuck.
I mean, I don't mind sitting down at Culver's. Usually I kind of prefer just walking in and sitting down.
Damn near everything nowadays really isn't fast.
Well, the only ones that are fast are the exact ones that you think of. Are the big logos that flash in front of your head. Burger King, McDonald's.
Oh, no. Burger King is not fast.
Well,
ours
it's supposed to
is
be.
not.
Oh, yeah, our
Yeah.
Burger King.
Yeah. It's supposed to be fast. So, Hardee's, Carl's Jr.
Oh, God, I love Hardee's.
Arby's,
Fuck.
Taco Bell, KFC. Those ones are supposed to be.
Their loaded omelet sandwich.
Hardee's used to have the grilled cheese thick burger.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, that was so good.
Yeah. At an actual, like, good Carl's Jr. or Hardee's, like, the sandwiches are really good. At ours, because unfortunately the only ones that we had were the South End one, which was run by South Ends. And then you had the North End. You had the North End that was notoriously known to be like the crew from the movie Waiting. They'd spit in your food if they didn't fucking like you. They'd fuck with people's shit. They did. And that's how that place got closed down.
Did you ever do that?
No, 100%. Never.
He takes pride in his cooking.
No, yeah, 100%.
I'm not going to water it down with
Did you ever
spit.
work fast food?
I worked
Yeah.
at Happy Joe's. We never... No, and just like you said, I really did too. It was absolutely stupid. I mean, that's just how I am. I mean, so all of my pizzas, I'm like, I'm making sure that there's the right amount of pepperonis on there. I mean, you probably want one of my pizzas because I probably made it even too heavy.
I spent 2 years at Taco John's in high school, and I
We can see that.
I ate it every goddamn day.
Well, you said that you spent 2 years there. We didn't hear that you worked there. You notice how you didn't say that you worked there, that you just spent time there.
Mike
even
asked,
you couldn't
Mike
tell
asked
you-
me if I worked fast food.
I understand that's what you said, but you said I spent time there. You couldn't even say that you worked there. You had to say I spent time there. Because even didn't really do a whole lot except eat food.
I was on the fryers. Make potato oles.
I can see that.
And then you
look like a
you dip
potato
them in
ole.
the cinnamon for the churros. You get a little bit of salt and sweet.
How many sneaks did you have?
Because this is back when they had Mexi rolls, which are awesome. Somebody doesn't have to order them. I'm just gonna make them, put them up in the warmer, and then when they go bad, I guess fuck, I'll eat them. So, or the crunchy chicken. Oof.
Taco John's has always been in my top 5 favorite restaurants to go to. Like, if it's not restaurants, fast food restaurants.
Well, you can't beat a 6-pack in a pound.
Anything from Taco Bell.
See, now if I have to compare the two, Taco John's kicks the shit out of Taco
You're gonna
Bell.
pay a little more.
There just isn't even.
I think the meat tastes better from Taco Bell.
It's not even meat. We already discussed that.
The ground.
Yeah, the ground substance that I'm served tastes better.
I prefer it.
I mean, Taco Bell has a better breakfast menu, in my opinion.
I don't think so.
A breakfast crunch wrap is awesome, and it's like $2.50.
Yeah, but you already know that, like, if Taco John's were to go, if we made that.
Oh, yeah, but they're not.
No, but they could. No, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but for the price though, it's a really good deal and a really good.
I'm sure, because Taco Bell. That's what I mean. Is if you have to compare the two, I feel like that's why Taco John's is always going to be better, in my opinion.
If I got
Does it cost more because it's just better?
if I got $20, which it's going to cost me $20 when I go, I'm going to Taco John's.
Doesn't need the gimmick of a Doritos shell to sell you a taco.
They've added some new stuff, which I don't even get because I just get the same old shit.
Yep. Same here. Meat and potato burrito.
Crunchy chicken potato burrito, stuffed grilled taco, grilled chicken burrito.
Yep. Or on Thursdays, because it's a deal, is the Taco Bravo.
Taco Bravos.
$1.89, baby.
Plus Taco Tuesdays.
Yeah. That's the other thing that I really like about Taco John's is that they still have the old school, like, special days.
They got really good fish tacos too.
You know what I mean? Like, the day specials have always been that. It's like Wednesday morning is breakfast burrito morning or something like that, where they're for a special price. They've always kept their deals that
Like
were on
my
specific
dad'll
days.
forever and always will get like a super potato ole. And then even the other day, I was hearing and everyone talks about it, the Nachos Navidad. Every holiday season, it's green and red tortilla chips with meat and the fixings on it. Everyone knows what Nachos Navidad is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like Taco John's is another one of those, like, Muscatine restaurants. Because it's not really in a lot of places. I know they had one in Clinton. You know, they've got one in a few places. But, like, growing up in Dyersville, I don't think they had Taco John's. You know what I mean? So he grew up on Taco Bell. So, of course,
Dubuque has Taco John's and Taco Bell.
they have both. Dubuque does?
Dubuque is bigger than Muscatine.
I know Dubuque is bigger than Muscatine. Jesus Christ. You see the way he said that? It's like, hey, just so you know.
Why is he so smug about
Yeah,
it?
just so you know, motherfucker.
We're bigger.
We're better than you.
Dyersville has Taco John's. My mom used to always get it.
So So Dyersville does have Taco John's.
Yes.
I guarantee it's got a Subway.
Yes.
Every
And it's-
small town has a
they're
Subway.
better than us.
Dyersville, yes.
Dyersville is better than us.
They got so many Ghost players.
Well, yeah.
So many.
And a Taco Bell.
Muscatine has less Ghost players.
Same Taco John.
You ever been to a Taco John's that has fries? That shit's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so weird how
Taco Bell has fries.
I know, but it's so weird that because Potato Lay's is such like hot seller. I think it was like in the Des Moines area I went, and they had fries. I don't know if that's just based on the franchisee that decides that.
I've really never understood either why Taco Bell doesn't have something like that.
Do they?
They used to have those like the potato bowl.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That was like they were like oven roasted like little tiny pieces of potato.
that was a pretty big seller because I always have to pick that up.
Yeah, well, because that was the only like real potato item that you could get.
Yeah, they don't really do those.
And that half of the time that I got those, I would come back and all you gotta do, I mean, obviously just like everything else, you fucking come home, unwrap it, and then take a spoon out and start spooning these potatoes into my burrito so I could have it the way that I would anywhere else does it.
Because I know Hardee's has the potato rounds,
Yeah,
which are just really
Very close. Yeah, they're
unseasoned
just-
and no salt on them.
they're good though. Goddamn, those are fire.
Just get a little thing of ketchup and go.
Good old Hardee's breakfast. You're not very healthy. I'm gonna
What do
be
you mean?
honest with you. You've dropped 10 pounds, almost 20, and like I was saying, you're super unhealthy still. You haven't been doing this the right way.
I'm doing it my way.
It's not going well.
You just let Daddy work.
If I do, I won't have a co-host. I'll have to get Austin.
Yeah,
God, dude.
you could have Austin and Christine.
Crystal?
Yeah.
Her name's not Christine. It's Crystal.
Maynard. Have her come on too.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, you guys can talk about.
Pokemon and Grogu.
I can feel my eyes starting to.
You like Pokemon though, so don't say that.
Yeah.
Like day one stuff when.
You talk about it an awful lot with Austin.
What do you play, Pokemon Go or something?
No.
Now? You've got the
When
itch
it came
that
out, I
come
had
up
like a
and knock
super
on your
shitty
window?
phone, so I couldn't even operate
What do you mean you
it.
got a super shitty
When
phone?
it came out,
But you can get it now.
do people still play it?
You just... Yes. We've talked about it.
No, because I told you about that bad experience that I had, and I don't want to
Right.
be one of those people.
Well, you don't have to be one of them people. You stay in your car.
Jesus Christ, no, pass. No, I'll talk about like 1999 shit when there was a lot of just regular people that were into it.
Right.
But past that, no, I'm good. I'll talk about Digimon.
Ooh, Digimon, huh?
Yeah,
What about it?
it was good.
It was decent.
Did you watch that? What did you watch? You were super old
Yeah,
at
what,
that
did,
time.
what do you watch? What do you watch as a kid growing up?
Well, it was so we'll call it 2000.
Fucking paint dry or
Was I
what?
watching in 2000?
How old were you?
I was 14.
How old are you,
in
really?
2000,
He's a ghost player. You'll never really know how old he is.
2000, I was 16.
Okay, so you were right there in that time to just be aware of everything. Whereas I was like 8 in 2000, so
Okay, wait. I was 16 and you were 8.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming this Digimon thing was a child's thing.
I mean, it was probably geared towards, like, I would guess,
To
10
an 8-year-old?
to 12-year-olds,
I'm
maybe.
16. What do you think I'm doing at 16?
Getting pussy, bro.
There you go.
Get pussy, bro.
Were you?
Out by the baseball diamond.
Already
In the cornfield, dog.
already becoming a Hall of Fame.
so what were you watching? Just wrestling?
Wrestling, South Park,
That was super big, though, in 2000.
What, wrestling?
Yeah.
that 70s show.
Yeah. Late 90s. Late
Not
90s.
Pokemon or Digimon or
The 90s and early 2000s was WWF. I mean, when it was called WWF. WWE now.
To 2004 was the glory time for wrestling.
Yeah. So if you were a wrestling fan, it's pretty much all you watched because it's on every
Was
other
Hulk
night.
Hogan still wrestling in 2000?
Yeah. Fuck, he still wrestles now.
Yeah, but yeah,
Does he?
NWO is.
I mean, he gets up there and they choreograph a pretty good, nice little show.
I don't know what Digimon is. I don't know what that is.
It's basically like Pokemon, except what they called like a digital version. So like these, they have like robot pieces on these creatures. You know what I mean? Okay. And a lot of them look like fairy type creatures or like lizards and stuff.
Or plants.
Yeah, and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's really odd that he picked Digimon. He's like an odd guy, man. I tell you what.
To me, it was a little more. It was a little more edgy. Like the creatures were a little more
intricate. Is a word that I guess you could probably.
They're a little more
because it was digital, like I said. So I mean, instead of it being just a Pokemon that just had different stages, like life stages, which it changes its appearance through. These Digimon, when they evolve, they get like robot pieces and get bigger and get really crazy.
They
like
look
some
a lot
of them get
angrier.
really wild.
A lot of them hate the shit out of each other.
Yeah, it's really strange.
So it's a little more edgy. It just never caught on for whatever reason.
Compared to what?
Pokemon.
I don't know.
I mean, if you were to compare them side by side, one is like, it would be like, one would be more of like Lord of the Rings. Pokemon is more like Lord of the Rings, where Digimon is like Star Wars. You know what I mean? So it in the sense of like the laser fights, you know what I mean? And that's basically it's an amped up version, where Lord of the Rings is more chill, laid back, story based. The other is more just action based, where it's more battles.
So I guess that makes sense why you would dig that more than Pokemon,
Yeah.
I guess.
He has undiagnosed ADHD.
Why?
What are we talking about?
I don't zone out.
You do.
I was paying attention the whole time.
You zone out. That's what I tell you. Hey, you've got that look on your face of either you're really in deep thought about something or you're completely spaced. And then what do you say to me most of the time?
There's nothing going on.
Okay. Thank you.
At least you have to think about it, where he might be thinking about something. Or it's like it's not obvious that the lights are on but nobody's home.
I mean, it's either one or the other for you.
But it's usually
Right.
nobody's home.
Right.
I just leave all the lights on.
Yeah.
Leave the lights on for you.
Just start calling me Motel 6.
Jesus. Tom Bodattin?
Tom Baudet.
Yeah, Tom Baudet.
Is it Baudet?
Bodattin. I said it. God damn.
What?
I said it.
Right?
Baudet?
Bodattin.
That doesn't sound right at all.
It might be Baudet.
That's what I said. I think I said Baudet.
You said Baudet.
Then I said Baudet. I think it's Tom Baudet. Final answer. What did you say? Bodattin? That doesn't sound right at all.
It is. I have to do multiple things. Why don't you look it up?
I'm trying to save my battery.
What, is it already dead?
Uh,
What the fuck you been doing?
Yeah,
nothing.
how's your fucking phone dead?
It's only at
10 o'clock in the morning.
72%.
It's only at 72%?
Yeah.
Then it's not almost dead.
Well, because I had to get up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom, and then I
You're
stayed up.
afraid of it dying?
I had to get up and go to the bathroom at 1:30 this morning, and then I kind of laid there for an hour watching TikTok, so my battery went down.
So I'm still not understanding why you're afraid to use it.
You want me to look up who does Motel 6?
Yeah, I want to know his name. I have to.
What are you doing?
I have to do something else.
Motel 6 guy. Tom Baudet. You're wrong.
I don't believe anything that you
Do you want me to
just
show
said.
you? There you go. So I was correct.
You're correct.
Yep.
Yep. I give you that one. Good job.
You're wrong a lot lately.
I don't know about that.
You're slipping.
How am I slipping? What was wrong before that? What am I wrong? You keep going to you wrong all the time.
I need to start writing them down.
Yeah, because you have terrible memory, and then I'm wrong twice, and you're like, you're wrong all the time.
That would be a great episode. So starting Monday, I need you to write down everything that both you do wrong, say wrong, and we'll bring it next podcast and just lay it all out.
We'll do smelling salts.
You guys,
And-
Ooh,
you
yeah.
guys just fire back at each
Scream at each other.
Are you going to be able to emotionally handle it if I just rattle off all the times you're wrong? Make you
I'll be
question your existence?
I'll be fine.
Like maybe I shouldn't have dropped out of college after 2 days?
No. I still feel pretty good about it.
I can't believe they told you to leave because you were too smart.
I know. Me neither.
You're never going to go back, are you?
No.
Why?
God, no. I'm really glad
Did you
that I
ever go
left.
back to college? You
Oh, yeah.
God, I'm really glad I
You
left.
thought about going back to college?
Like, not for higher education.
Wait, so you would
He
go
would
back
go-
to
he-
college now to try and be a frat boy?
Yeah, he just wants to do that again.
Well, I still am, but
Yeah.
in the right setting.
How are you going to do that with your boy?
You know, sometimes you got to leave the past in the past.
I'll only be 45 minutes away, so go back up to good old Kegwood and run it back.
God, that would be sad as shit.
Take a victory lap.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
I
The
don't,
fact that you're 30 years old and want to go back to college.
I don't look 30.
Be a, it doesn't matter what you look like.
It's only because you're short, not
Yeah,
because
I can pass for-
anything else.
21.
I mean, you look 30. You look 35.
You are Uncle Rico.
They would have put me into the second half. Would have gone to state for sure.
Exactly. You're
Good
Uncle
God.
Rico. Just missing the hand. Jesus Christ.
Living
You would the sad part is that you don't want to go back for any type of learning at all. You don't want to learn
I
anything.
mean, I have to enroll in classes.
You technically don't have to. You could just get an apartment up there, right there off of the fucking,
Just become
right there off campus.
Just become a security officer. Out
Yeah, right down there by Sycamore Mall. You could get a
there.
guy.
With them as much
Yeah.
as you want.
Trust me, there's dudes that live down there that's the reason why they live there. It's just because they like to party. It's not because they're going to college for anything.
Let's go become a security guard down there.
Will you come teach me how? Because I'm not going to be a super huge douche like you were. God, has he told you how he acted when he would go knock on doors that
Well, if you have to do your job, you got to do your job, bud.
there wasn't any warnings? There wasn't any like, hey, can you keep it down?
You remember him specifically.
I remember guards like him.
Guards who did their job.
No, you were too much.
How was that too much?
Because you told me you would knock on a door and say, all right, here's your ticket.
No, I would bust parties like I was supposed to, and then when whiny little guys and girls used to, please don't tell my dad I can't have this, or I'm going to get in trouble, or I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And then you get those that are just assholes, and I just keep writing you up for more shit that I find.
God, what a dick.
Unless you're super attractive.
Nope, never.
Nope.
Nope, didn't matter.
There were plenty of guards that would come in and hang out.
I know, they got fired. That's why I got called out there.
Ooh.
The 3 times.
God, they had to bring in the
Yeah.
enforcer.
Yeah. They had to bring in the ghost player. They had to call Dyersville and they had to go, hey, ring the field real quick. I need
They had
somebody.
to bring in Liv Schreiber in, so
3 times that I did it. A year
Yeah.
before you showed up.
I don't know. I seem to remember you and Nighthawk out there skulking around in the shadows. Shaking his head as if,
Well, I know Nighthawk, and I know what he would do. Yes, I know. I
Yeah.
work with him. I do know.
What about him, Skylar?
about Nighthawk.
Yeah.
He would think he could just hide like in the shadows of buildings and try and like sneak up on kids and shit. But we could see him clear as day. Hey, yeah, we know you're there. No, you don't.
What do you say that?
No, you just stand there as if we still couldn't see him.
No, he was a creeper. Yeah. Knew where to look, how to look, what girls would wear. Kids missing teeth. Clearly he's
Wow.
meth. Yeah, he was.
Well, it's Kirkwood.
Yeah.
So,
What do you mean? That's cream of the crop.
yeah, right. The cream of the crop's on the other side of town.
Where? University of Iowa?
Yeah, where? Where? One of the top schools in the country?
What do you mean? We had like the cheapest cost per credit hour, like in the whole state.
The place is called Kegwood.
You
Yeah.
refer to it as Kegwood. You talk about how cheap it is.
Refer to it as Kegwood. Everybody.
Yeah, it has a good reputation.
When I was in Dyersville,
For partying.
referred to it as Kegwood.
For partying.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
the only reason. It was a way for you to go have a good time before you decided what
Yep.
you were going to do with your life.
Yep. Moved there when I was 21.
I mean, still got my degree, had great 2 years.
Look at you now.
And look at me now.
It's because I left. Had to run it back.
Yeah.
That was the problem. I
You
left.
can run it back at 30.
4 years?
Yeah.
I just
You can run it back at 30. Go ahead.
I'll just shack up there.
Yeah. Why don't you?
Sure, go ahead. Maybe it's what you
Huh.
need.
I mean, they got 2-bedroom apartments there that are everything's included on campus, and
There you go.
just run it back.
Go work at the barbecue restaurant and
I just
Be
work.
security guard. Go do it up.
yeah.
I just work at the bookstore.
There you go.
Ooh. Trying to get some smart girls.
No. You don't go for the smart ones. That's first grade SpongeBob. Little SpongeBob SquareBear. One of the better things I've ever come up with.
I don't
SpongeBob
know.
SquareBear. See? 2 against 3. We win. Majority rules.
Majority rules.
Yeah. So you're wrong again.
I don't know if that's considered wrong, but I
Twice
guess
in 10 minutes.
if you want to consider it wrong, I guess.
So what are you doing on the house today?
Finishing that porch. Hopefully, if it doesn't get too hot. It's supposed to be kind of hot, so I don't know.
86. Is that too hot?
Gonna be kind of hot.
Go put a tank on.
Won't have a shirt on.
Dang, you trying to get all the neighborhood wives?
All the 70-year-old ladies.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Get that young dick. Want that young dick.
Oh yeah.
Pop their teeth out for you.
That's your style. I got a feeling.
Let's treat your wiener like a piece of hard candy.
Well, you'll be able to. You should start a relationship with them now, seeing as how you're going to be living there.
The cool part
We
is
can
that
call
when-
you Red because you've got red beard.
I don't have a red beard.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Looks red.
No.
Well, start calling you Red. That's your new nickname.
Rooster.
Red.
Red Foreman.
Red.
Which one do you like?
Red.
I like Rooster.
I don't like.
Like Alice in Chains.
No, just like
Yeah.
Danny Masterson's character in what is it, The Ranch with Ashton Kutcher on Netflix.
Ooh, we don't need to bring him up right now.
Who?
He's in a lot of trouble.
Ashton Kutcher?
No, the other guy.
He got popped.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Hyde?
God, you're definitely going to have to bleep that word out.
What? I didn't say
That's how the podcast is going to end. I'm serious. I'm going to end it right there.
Well, see y'all later.
Still plagiarism. Bunch of dumbasses talking. I'm gonna drive a short bus and pick all you asses. Fuck that bullwinkle bullshit.